We like to live the Bond experience, but we also like to travel. So why wouldn't we incorporate both of those together? This is testing out the Globe-Trotter James Bond luggage.
This might be a long wait. Are you having second thoughts?
Too late now. What's that?
David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. We are here today to talk about something that I'm extremely excited about. The year is 2015. Spectre debuts, and everybody blows their mind when they see Bond and Madeline walk out of the train into this train station, waiting for that Rolls Royce, and he's got some luggage. Now, why do we get so excited about James Bond luggage? There's something about the whole idea of traveling and exotic locations and these really, really reverent pieces of luggage that we've seen throughout the years of Bond. And we've got to talk about Globe-Trotter. So Globe-Trotter is a company that started in the late 1800s in Germany, and then in 1932 moved over to the UK. And that's actually where they're handmade, yes, handmade there today. Still handmade. Now, you probably know Globe-Trotter from a couple different things. I'm actually going to cheat because I need to get the information. But we know we're going to be talking about the Globe-Trotter suitcase as it pertains to Spectre. But they also had the stablest case. The Globe-Trotter stablest case was the one that you see Patrice use where he takes out the sharp shooter. What's wrong with me right now? He takes out the scope and everything, but they call that the stablest case. They actually released that at the 50th anniversary. They had it was a custom-made stablest case. It was a little bit different than the one you see in the movie. But they also came out around Spectre with Spectre Collection. That was a lot of different things, different ranges of leather good. They had a blue and black kind of look to them. They even had the logo on the inside. They also came out with a 50th anniversary, You Only Live Twice limited edition case, small case, 14 inches, black, blue interior, looked very much like the Sway Nadney ones. But I'll tell you my journey with Globe-Trotter, because if you were really observant and did a lot of study, you saw a 26-inch Globe-Trotter case in the movie itself. Now, we know that this suitcase has a lot of different perspective to it, but I wanted to test this out. I mean, when you think about Bond in the real world, there's a certain amount of fantasy to it. So this particular one, the one you see in the movie, is a 26-inch model of the original case. So when we say original case, it is the not the Moneypenny collection. It's the original Globe-Trotter model that happened in 1897. So here's what happened. I got in touch with Globe-Trotter and said, listen, I would love to test one of these cases out. I'm looking at something that resembles the one in Spectre, but I don't want the 26-inch one. I like it. I like the brown, but let's face it. I can't just carry this thing around. I want something that's going to be roller, right? I want something that I can pull around. I've already done my days of hiking luggage back and forth. I want that ease of having kind of the rollerboard situation to it. So I want wheels on it, number one. That's one change. Number two, 26 inches too big. I want 20 inch. 20 inch is great. I can have a couple days in California when I go away to work, but I can still roll it along. but I want the Globetrotter experience. I want that kind of Bond moment when I'm packing things up, and take a look at this. So, Globetrotter, thank you very much. They actually sent us this box. Ugh! It's a big one, but we're going to take a look at it. I have not opened this box yet. I am literally opening up this box in front of you. We're going to use this knife, and for the very first time, you're going to, by the way, bonus points to those that recognize this knife, huh? The one where he cuts himself open in Skyfall. I digress. We're going to cut this thing open. We're going to take a look at it firsthand together. Let's do it. One of the things I'm going to be talking about as we take a look at what's in this box is I've got to talk about the customer service. The customer service has been absolutely amazing. First of all, they are still Bond fans. It's not just because they have a Spectre line that's still out there. They are extremely big Bond fans of what's transpired and what they've done, and their moment within the Bond culture. You could tell because I spoke to the people over at marketing, I spoke to the people that do social media, and they're all in. First of all, the box, okay? I know you all like to see unboxing videos. I'm gonna take away the knife because I don't wanna cut into that beautiful brown leather. And we're gonna take the item out. So right away you see that it's packaged very well in here. You can see some of the paper. We're gonna lay this down on this, move some things around a little bit, and get you a little bit closer to the action. So like a kid at Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, look at me, I'm getting all denominational. We're gonna open this up, kind of rip it. I'm not gonna be careful with it. Oh my. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So you're getting kind of the first view that I'm getting. Let's get a little bit closer. You can see the beautiful, beautiful, what you can't see is the smell. Beautiful brown leather that we have here. I'm gonna move over the table as we do this so you can really take a look. And we're gonna get a little bit close with this so we can make the rounds. Well, here we have the case in all of its beauty. First of all, the first impressions, like I was saying, it is immaculate. I mean, I was almost afraid to touch it. Getting fingerprints on it is not an option, obviously. But we're going to take a look at some of the details of this right now. And let's see if we can come down here and take a look. So you can see that, again, you know, this beautiful chrome and the details. But what I loved about this immediately when I took it out, and this is all about first impressions, was you see these nail heads, these beautiful, very unique nail heads that are very unique, I think, to Globetrotter. A lot of people copied them, but this company's been around for a long time. You can see these very clearly in the movie. When Bond puts his luggage down, you see them in some of the promotional shots. And of course, you've got that wonderfully subtle, but very poignant Globetrotter made in England right there. As we pull out, we take a look at the handle. The handle is beautiful. I know something about leatherwork. There is not a mar or a detail out of place here. You can see that they were absolutely meticulous with this item. Now, I think I mentioned to you that I wanted something, a rollerboard. I know all over the world you call them different things, but I needed something with wheels. There'll be some heavy things in here at time, and even though this is something that I will be putting in the overhead, which is why I wanted the 20-inch, I did want the convenience of being able to roll it. My wife has always told me, you know, it's great that you've got these old Samsonite luggage that you can carry, but quite frankly, it's not the most convenient thing in the world. This obviously is. Now, of course, one of the things we've got to do is open this. And again, I told you about putting fingerprints on here. I'm going to be a little cautious, but darn it, these things are made to be used. It's got a nice overlap, by the way. When I opened it opened up very easily. Let's pull back a little bit so you can appreciate this. Absolutely beautiful. It's a shame to even put clothing in there, but it is artwork. I mean, you could tell you've got this wonderful, wonderful fabric. It is beautifully done with overlay. You can see the craftsmanship here in everything that's going on. You have a wonderful small plaque, and I know it's hard for you to see that, but it basically says Globetrotter Suitcase Company Limited, handmade luxury luggage made in England since 1897. And then it's got its own production number level. We've got our wonderful set of keys here. We've got the straps to hold down the luggage. It's simple. All right, people, this doesn't have 1,500 pockets. It doesn't want to have 1,500 pockets. It wants to have simplicity. And that's one of the things that really attracted me to Globe-Trotter from the very beginning and why I wanted this case in my life. Now, you know what we do here. If you've seen just even a few of our videos, we love to discuss this. We love to highlight these things, but this is all about the Bond experience. Experience is about doing things and testing things. So we've already told our good friends now at Globe-Trotter that this is not just about showing this off. It's not just about showing and talking about the Bond branding and the Bond lineage with this. No, we're going somewhere. We're going to test this thing out. I have a business trip to California that I'm going to be doing, and we are going to take the Globe-Trotter in and around its paces. So we're going to be flying across country. We're going to be putting this in the overhead. I am so nervous. But again, like anything else, whether it's cars or watches or shoes, these beautiful luxury items are made to last. They're made to be used, not put in a display like the stuff I have behind me makes me weep every time. No, we're actually going to utilize this and test this out in the wild. And you're going to come along with us. We're going to document the whole thing. But first and foremost, this is empty. We've got to pack it. So how much can you hold in a 20-inch Globe-Trotter James Bond piece of luggage? Let's go find out. Okay, so now we're going to pack. By the way, it's a Sunday flight for me. It's only a handful of days. I'm flying out to California. I'm very lucky. It's a client it's a pharmaceutical company, but they're very relaxed. So they tend to wear jeans and polos. They don't wear suits, certainly not, and definitely not ties. So I'm not packing a ton of stuff. Again, 20 inches. All this stuff. So we're going to see how it all fits. By the way, I'm kind of wearing the outfit that I'm going to wear on the plane. It's not very Bondish, but it's very comfortable. So this is also going to front as my workout kit, as well as my travel outfit. So here we go. First of all, we'll put that aside for a second. Now, you all know the way I fold things. I kind of do layers. By the way, Sunspell undersquares, right? Spectre, there's a video, there's a vlog on it somewhere. I'm not going to go over it. But then I'm going to take my pants. I only have 2 pairs of pants. Okay, again, you're going to see wrinkles. These are Uniqlo. They're actually called Uniqlo jeans, but they're more like these kind of Steve McQueen type chinos. They've got a little bit of stretch in there, which I really like, but I'm going to lay those out flat with the underwear. I literally only have 2 polos. These are banded polos, so they look a little nice. By the way, you're going to notice something. I'm not going out of my way to really make this nice because I'm going to iron everything when I get there. Yes, I like to iron. I don't know. It's relaxing. There is a pool there, so I'm bringing a bathing suit just in case. And then I've got my R.M. Williams brown belt, which kind of goes with everything. Plus, I've got a brown pair of shoes. I don't even have to pack socks. That's how cool this client is. So we're literally just going to fold this over. I might just fold it once. I might fold it twice. I'm not sure yet. But we're going to open the suitcase up like so. I don't have to turn it. It's not going to be exploding. Okay. So you can see inside is essentially, again, it's just a box. But what I like about it is, like my Samsonite that you may have seen me using, it's got an incredible amount of simplicity to it. So we're going to undo this. Now, I have not prepped this at all. Clearly not, because I'm pulling everything away. But we're going to see how this all fits in here. I think it's going to fit in here incredibly well because, again, you've got that really nice big space in here for everything. So we're going to put our clothing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the wheels. Remember, this is, I wanted to make sure that this was a rollerboard. It's going to make my life a lot easier. I'm going to look for the wheels. That's where I'm going to put the heavier stuff. So I'm going to put the clothes up here, okay? And I'm going to make sure that these tabs are on top. So this way I can buckle it down. Now I've got this whole open area down here. The reason I left it by the wheels is this is where the heavier things are going to go, like my shoes, okay? That's only logical because when I pull this, I want the heavier stuff at the bottom. I've got my kind of cool retro dop kit, toiletry kit. I don't know what you call it, but what's great is we can take these straps and really lock everything down. By the way, just in case I need to dress this up a little bit, I am going to bring a linen blazer, sports jacket. You may recognize it. It is the Bruno Cucinelli one from Spectre. Some people turn these inside out to avoid wrinkling. This is linen. It's going to get wrinkled, so I'm not going to go crazy. Some people also do it so as not to get stains on it. But I'm not overly worried about it. I have traveled with this thing, and I'll tell you what, this linen jacket travels really well. So we're going to put these on. By the way, this has a real function. I mean, Luggage nowadays typically doesn't really have these, or they have quasi ones that don't work that well. I like these so far because they're really thick. They do have a purpose where they hold everything down, and we are good to go. That was it. I mean, I am packed for 3.5 days. Again, this outfit, which is just, you know, relaxing pants, a very Oliver Brown relaxing shirt, and a pair of trainers or sneakers. That's all I'm gonna have. I've got my shoes, my pants, and I am ready to go. So my Globe-Trotter is all ready. Now we have the fun of testing it out in the wild. Let's go. Okay, already I'm having some fun with this Globe-Trotter because I'm really nervous about using it, and because of that, of course everything's gone wrong. I was supposed to be TSA approved, and instead I had to go into the regular line, so that wasn't very good, and some woman just kind of kicked it by mistake, and it was a total accident, and I shouldn't look at another human being this angrily, but of course I did, so that's unfortunate. But it did make it through. It didn't have to go get opened in the contents, but I can tell that I'm being a little bit kick glove. I think I need to start relaxing and have fun with this. Not treat it like the luxury item that it is, but use it like the tool that it is. So we'll see. So of course I didn't even think of this aspect, but eventually before I go in the plane, I'm gonna have to go in there. It's like a petri dish. I'm almost crying that I have to drag this thing in. I may carry it on my back, I'm not too sure. So one thing I should have noted before is that I'm in Newark Airport. It's one of the busiest airports right now. It's not so bad because it's a Sunday afternoon, but you'll never meet a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. No, I'm just kidding. It could be worse. It could be a really packed house, so at least it's not kicking things left and right. Okay, so maybe this is getting a little carried away that I've got a seat for the Globetrotter here. I'm waiting at the gate. I found a quiet area where there isn't a million people, and he's waiting. Is it a he or a she? I've gone too far, haven't I? Called a loony bin. No, but we're gonna see. I am on first class. I was very lucky this time, so I'm on first class, so it shouldn't be battered around too much. So far, one of the things is pulling it in. This right here, this rollerboard aspect, has been unbelievable. The wheels move really quickly. I was kind of worrying that because it's a luxury item, maybe it's just looks only. It's not. It's form and function meet beauty and art and heritage and all those things together. So far this has been a pleasure. It allows me to carry my other bag pretty regularly and whip out my phone and pass and all those other things. So far so good. Okay, so long day of flying. Finally in San Diego, in my room. There's the luggage. I'm gonna check it from top to bottom to see if there was any damage. It wasn't the overhead, but let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look. I know this is like namby-pamby stuff, but I bet you there's a little wear and tear on the bottom, so this looks pretty good so far. Actually, I'm surprised. I thought these corners were going to be really ratcheted a little bit right there. Not bad. A little tiny scuff. The wheels, of course, they're going to see a little bit wear, but the wheels are rubber, which is kind of surprising, but very nice. This corner right here, no, nothing. I really thought the corners would be a little banged up just because as I was dragging it through the airport, it was, you know, bumping and scraping and things. There was one point when I pulled this out of the top that I thought for sure the leather got, but no, this thing is a tough one. So, you know, it's time to get unpacked and relaxed for the evening, and everything stayed intact and still didn't get all crazed. So I'm a happy camper. Okay, so a few days in, and I've made a conscious decision to kind of live out of my luggage, so to speak. I'm sure you've all done that before, but didn't want to use the drawers, been living out of this. It is like going to a beautiful leather closet room every time I go in there. It's a special moment every time. It's got, again, that James Bond Spectre connection as well as the Globe-Trotter heritage all kind of wrapped into one. So this has been one hell of a fun process, and it's obviously surviving well. Okay, I'm essentially done with my business trip. It's the morning, and I am heading back from San Diego to Pennsylvania. And the Globe-Trotter is in not only fantastic shape, it's really served me well. This is not just a luxury item. This is a really usable piece of heritage that, yeah, it's got the Bond connection, but you can actually use it, which is a nice change of pace with some luxury items. So Bond knew what he was doing, or the people that picked out this luggage, like Jenny Tamine, knew what they were doing. So great job, loved it. Globetrotter, thanks so much. This is my forever piece of luggage. I'm sure you'll see it on many more adventures. This has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience, and we will see you very soon. Take care. Okay, so you thought the vlog was over, but this is like the Lord of the Rings. It has multiple endings. When I brought this on the shuttle from the hotel, there was a bunch of airline pilots who looked down and almost unanimously agreed, wow, what a piece of luggage. So it's interesting how others who probably have been through these types of heritage items can really appreciate them. So one last observation of the Globetrotter, that it can be appreciated by others, especially that see a lot of these things every day. You might get that as well. That's a really nice side effect. Okay, this is truly the ending. This has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience, and we will see you very soon. I am out of here. Oh, hey, you're still here. Hi. Didn't even know. You listen, while you're here, if you want, so I would actually go to this button right here and click on it, because then you actually subscribe to our vlogs. It's amazing. You get to see all the upcoming stuff first. You get notifications. It screams at you while you're at work. It's absolutely amazing. Just click on this button, hit subscribe. Just move your cursor, move.